Welcome to Godfather 65. It is December 18th. And just in case I don't get another video out before Christmas, just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So hopefully we all make some serious strides in 2016 and make some serious gains. But I just want to, say to you guys that have followed pretty regularly. I just really do appreciate you taking the time to, follow along, and I really hope that you guys have learned something from me. And for those of you who may be watching for the first time, I really do appreciate you watching, and I really love the community that we've built here at 3D Muscle Journey. The goal is definitely to help others and also have others help others, meaning to be respectful, share knowledge, share wisdom, learn from one another, and make the community a respectful one and a positive one. So I really do appreciate all you guys keeping it really professional, but at the same time keeping it fun. And I think if we do that, then the community is only going to thrive on that. So really do appreciate that. So let's get into this video. So basically I want to share the past let's say a couple weeks now. Last week was a phenomenal week for me as far as training goes. I mean, I've been hitting some numbers that in the gym that I haven't hit since the start of my 2014 prep. So at the tail end of 2013 was the last time I've really touched these types of numbers. So training has just been really flying for me. I really do attribute that to, letting go of the thought of trying to stay leaner in the off season, just kind of letting my body weight come up a little bit. And it's really helped to change those leverages and my energy levels and all that. So I'm really thriving on that now in the gym. Although I don't look as pretty as I did, 10 pounds ago, but nonetheless, my numbers right now are flying, and I know that's going to translate into my physique for 2017. And when the time comes to prep again, I know how to get rid of the weight. So it's really kind of a non-issue for me and where I'm at with my experience level. Like I said, last week was just crazy, just great numbers, but at the same time, my life outside the gym was a little bit fast-paced. I was under a lot of stress, just with work, family, dealing with some family things that we've got going on. Nothing negative or bad, just just basically just really it took up time, and it was hard to kind of get some rest in there. And because of the stress levels, my sleep wasn't all that great. So there was a couple nights where I only got like maybe 4 or 5 hours worth of sleep. So you factor in, high stress, not that much sleep, or poor sleep, and then some really crazy training where my body was basically pushing loads that I haven't pushed in a long time. So that was kind of like a recipe for disaster. So I ended up coming down with a cold. I think it was last Friday night. I started feeling that, and then it really on Saturday, Sunday, it hit me pretty good. So December 10th all the way to December 16th off. So I was out of the gym for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days, and I know a lot of people that would cause a lot of insecurity and a lot of anxiety. The fear of losing muscle, the fear of losing strength, the fear of losing progress. That would really I think for many of us, we've experienced that where when we're not in the gym training, we feel like, very insecure, or we get a lot of anxiety, and we're like, man, I need to get in there because I need to progress. I don't want to lose muscle. I don't want to lose strength. So basically, the way the last couple of weeks transpired and how I've kind of recovered, I felt like it would make a great video because I know a lot of people kind of experience this. And I get that question quite often, do you train when you're sick? For me personally, over the last 30 years, I've experienced, being sick quite often. Obviously, through 30 years, you can imagine I've been having colds, almost yearly or every other year or whatever. So, from past experience, I know that when I try to force my body to train when it's already kind of beaten down, from being sick, from the high stress maybe that I was having last week, lack of sleep, and just continuing to try to kind of pound through that, it only makes kind of the matters worse. It's almost like your immune system is already being challenged because of the stress levels and because it was sick. Why am I going to compound the issue by trying to train? So basically just give it the rest it needs. And that's right there, I think sometimes it takes more discipline not to train than to train, because often our egos can kind of say, hey man, don't be a pussy, you need to get in there and train. And again, that can make matters worse. So sometimes just the discipline to just say, you know what, don't let my insecurities or my ego dictate good decision making. I didn't train. I took the time to not train, and I let the weights collect a little bit of dust. I already figured that, I could go and clean the dust off later on once I'm feeling up to it and I feel better. So I took 6 days out of the gym because I definitely needed that to get my body feeling good again. On the sixth day, which was on Wednesday of this week, so the 16th, I felt pretty good. I felt like, I could probably get in there and train a little bit light training, light dusting, and I'd probably be okay. I go, but I'm gonna go ahead and take one more day off for good measure, just to make sure I give myself that rest I need. And I know some people might look at that and go, that's like taking a step back, but to me, it's like it's taking a step back in order to take 2 or 3 steps forward. So I really wanted to make sure that I was ready to train. So basically, I took that extra day off, and then yesterday, basically, I went in there and I did some light dustings. Did 2 other exercises, and basically I kept the loads the same, but just lowered the volume down. So I did a little bit of light dusting. I didn't go for a deep clean. It was what I needed to kind of, for that first day coming back, was just doing some work, but not overdoing it. And as the days go on now, today I actually woke up after, because yesterday was the first day back, that I feel a little bit beat up again, like I'm sore. So I'm gonna go ahead and take today off just to make sure, I don't want to train today. um, and really I don't want to take another step back. So I take the day off, and then tomorrow I'll get back in there and do a little bit more light dusting. And after about 3, 4, 5 days of that, I'll be right back to where I was prior to being sick, and then I'll continue to make progress. So my checklist about when I get sick, my reminders is: number one, it takes more than 7 days to see atrophy. Number two, it takes more than 7 days to lose absolute strength. Number three, forcing myself to retrain when my body is beaten down is dumb. It's counterproductive. Number four, if I'm insecure about that, I refer back to number one and number two. And number five, experience has been my best teacher, and I can learn a lot from my own history. So basically, I think sometimes that, what I mean by experience is my best teacher is that, yeah, I can learn from research, from science, and I definitely do. but I could also learn a lot, and actually at times more so, by being in the trenches and utilizing those experiences in order to make myself better for the future. So sometimes, guys, when you go through things, at the time it might like you may be doing something wrong, but trust me, you're going to learn more from that than you would if you were just reading something out of a book. If you experience it, you feel it, you live it, you breathe it, that shit just kind of sticks. And if you definitely can move forward from it a lot better. So hopefully this video helps. And like I said, hope you guys have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Excuse me.
You're not supposed to be watching cartoons. Do your homework, Ethan. Ethan, do your homework. Stop watching cartoons. Do your
Here.
homework.
Put your cotton ball on number 13.
We're going to have to work on the teaching skills of this teacher.
Well, we got to turn off the TV. Make sound reading.
And you're a teacher.
Stop. I'm off.
Gangnam Style.